is 14 years old, and in this journey we have covered 32 lectures addressed by distinguished speakers. Some of them are Mr. Shri Suresh Prabhu, Honorable Justice M.N. Venkatachalaya, Mr. Harish Sarve, Mrs. Nirmala Sitaraman, Mr. Arun Shauri, Mrs. Kiran Bedi, Dr. Raghuram Rajan, Honorable Prime Minister, at that time Prime Minister designate Mr. Narendra Modi, Mr. S. Ramadurai, Mr. Peter Henry Goldsmith, and so on. Today we are indeed fortunate to have Mr. Suresh Prabhu to deliver this lecture on the subject, India on Fast Track. I would request all of you to welcome him once again with a round of applause.
Although I was in election commission and probably kept a respectable distance from most of the politicians, as a civil servant I had an access to him when I was the secretary in the Department of Company Affairs. One of the finest ministers you can have in this country. He's a very simple person, very easily accessible and delightful host. In fact, I've been to his house and he gave me a dinner, and I think he was the minister of Power. His wife is also was a journalist, I remember, and he's also a very amiable person. As far as Mr. Suresh Prabhu is concerned, as most of you know, that he's a very well-respected member of the cabinet and joined politics in 1996. He has been the Union Minister for Industries in 1996, Union Minister for Environment and Forests in 1998, Union Minister for Fertilizers and Chemicals in 1999, Union Minister for Power and Heavy Industries, and Chairman Task Force for Interlinking of Rivers. He has been very popular as a minister because when I was secretary, whenever I had any problem, in fact I brought a problem when I was in the ministry, I used to meet him and brief him before any cabinet meeting on any subject relating to the company laws. He's one person who listens and understands and responds very favorably. And in all cabinet meetings I used to request him to support the measures taken, and he used to be very humbly supportive of the efforts taken by the ministry. I enjoy a very warm and personal relationship with him, and when he became the minister, he told me that first thing that I did was to delegate some of his powers to the officers. And I think that's the way the ministers have to conduct themselves, and I think India should have many more ministers of this kind.
Mr. Nani Palkiwala will deliver a speech first day for general public, the following day for chartered accountants. I think you are also chartered accountant. And he will analyze the finance bill, will analyze the amendments to Income Tax, proposed amendments to Income Tax Act, without even a single paper in front of him. And his commentary was obviously penetrating, finding holes with the argument that the government would have made at the time of presenting a budget. But all of that was not to criticize something. It was essentially to find out how you can do things better, and in a way, how you can put India on a fast track. So that's what you have decided to put a topic of this today's talk. I remember his other contribution. And I don't know which one is greater. Of course, you are the industry leader. You should see it on the board of Tatas. You should be the chairman of ACC, amongst others. This is what I am just taking my memory. Also, he was a great jurist. And I will tell you something, a personal anecdote, Mr. Krishnamurthy. I was so enamored by his argument when he used to say which is more important, the state or the citizen's right. And his famous argument that used to go, so that inspired me to be, I used to always think I should be a lawyer, because I cannot of course be like Palkiwala. But I must try to do something which Palkiwala has been doing and try to protect the common citizens' rights. I did law, but I also did my CA. And as you know, one could practice only on one side. So my father said it's a good idea to be a lawyer, also do a chartered accountant, which I did. And I implemented practice only as chartered accountant and could practice as a lawyer. But that contribution is so great that we wanted to ensure that every citizen's right to property, right to freedom has to be protected. And in fact, tomorrow we will be celebrating or rather observing a black chapter in India's democracy, the emergency. So I think it's more topical that we are discussing here today, wherein Palkiwala is to always so vehemently protect the human rights and the property rights. Talking about putting India on fast track, I think that's the most appropriate topic when we think about Ani Palkiwala and think about today's context. The days when we started on a fast track at that time as well, the argument was very strong that we must put state as a driving force of bringing economic transformation. There were people like Palkiwala, Minu Masani, Pilu Modi, Ragopalajari. All of these people were of a strong opinion that we must allow the entrepreneurship of the country to grow. State must play an enabling role, and entrepreneurs of India will develop India. Unfortunately, at that time, the argument that prevailed was that state must do everything. And that took us to another aberration, that state knows everything. Not only state can do everything, state knows everything, and therefore state will decide everything that is good for the citizens, and state will take over all the responsibilities and never told the citizens what their duties were, because state thought we do everything. And that became some sort of a aberration in the course of India's economic development. And that course correction has to happen, and that's what we are trying to do now. But that was a major change that we took, and in fact, had Mr. Palkiwala's argument prevailed, I don't know how much India would have progressed, what change would have made at that particular time. I remember one of the very fine points he used to always make. He said, why should government do rural development? It should be given to institutions like Ramakrishna Mission. Because they have the heart to do it. The government has no bureaucracy to do it. And you ask someone who is motivated to do it, who will do a better job. And that's what he used to always say. But as we all go along, we need to get some of these great ideas of Mr. Palkiwala into reality, and then try to put it into reality. One of the great, some of the critics of this school of thought, that entrepreneurship can do everything, state should only be enabler, was that the poor will get very, very badly affected if the state does not act for them. Now, there is enough empirical evidence available that those countries where state want to do everything, have they succeeded in removing poverty? That's human dignity. Other country, if it has to be ensured, then there is inevitably economic progress has to happen. Unless there is an economic progress, there is enough resources available, we cannot deploy those resources where it will really help the most needy and the most vulnerable and the most poor population of the country. And to create those resources, we obviously need an economic policy. And economic policy will allow the entrepreneurship, which will create resources, which will create wealth, that can be then put it into the right resources. And when you put in the right resources, also that other argument. So Palkiwala had one argument, how to create resources, and other how to deploy. That's what I was giving an example of Ramakrishna Mission type of institutions who can do even the deployment part better. So today, we must ensure that both the best of two models which will allow us to grow must be allowed to put into reality. One of that is the first one is entrepreneurship itself. I think there is undenying the fact that India growth story. India has grown at a much rapid rate thanks to the private sector entrepreneurship. Now if that has to grow faster, we need to remove all the hurdles that come in the way of the business, and that's why ease of doing business, and that's what Prime Minister Modi is trying to put that as a priority. How to ensure that all the hurdles, all the obstacles that are there in the way of business should be removed, and therefore ease of doing business will be one of the great software that are necessary for doing and growing entrepreneurship in India. So as I was saying, the very fine balance that has to be ensured is allow the private sector to grow, but state must play an enabling role. The enabling role will come in terms of removing the hurdles, to making sure that entrepreneurship can be blossomed to its full potential, and to do that, ease of doing business is something which must be taken care of. Startups is something NGO called Manav Sadhan Vikas Samstha. We started more than 2 decades ago, realizing this is what is going to happen in the country, that job profiles are going to change, and we started identifying a completely rural area. Women are more than men, not because more women were born there than men, because men migrated. They left behind their daughters, their wives, their mothers, and they migrated in search of jobs. So we decided that if women must get supplementary income, we identified, did an aptitude test for them, and we have succeeded in training more than 1 lakh women and others. And in the process, at least 40-50% of them have now become self-employed on their own in a village, rural area. Something they are not earning some fancy amount of money. They are earning, our target was something between 1,000 to 5,000 rupees a month. A supplementary income for a minimum, we can do it, will be driving the growth of future. Brazil, Russia, India, China. S for added later, South Africa, probably to make it politically correct, so that Africa should not be left out. She wrote the report, and then she left that company, and then she joined some other investment banker, and she wrote another interesting report. She said if Indian women only get a minimum wage, and all Indian women get a minimum wage, India's GDP could rise by 1 or 2 percentage points. Just imagine, we are making all these efforts to take India's GDP growth to the fast track, to put it on double-digit growth track, which is definitely doable, possible by even other means. But just imagine, each and every person becoming gainfully employed in India, how much that will add to India's growth. More importantly, and that is the most important point, what should be the whole objective of the growth in economy? And that's what Mr. Palkiwala's point always is to be. The growth is just to increase the do that also to ensure that environmental sustainability happens. We are also working and creating environment directly. But I am not going into all that. But just to tell you that railways and roads and other infrastructure investment will play a key role into putting India on the fast track. I have created a report which will be released very soon. National Council for Applied Economic Research asked them to do it. Railways alone have created and will create few crore jobs because we are making this investment. 1 rupee invested in railways will have a spin-off benefit of by a multiplier of 6, and that is what will help the economy as well. So while we create infrastructure investment, that itself, infrastructure investment itself will create jobs, create economic activity, and because we have created infrastructure, which becomes an enabler, it becomes a launching pad, more economic activity will start. So this is what we really need to do. To make railways profitable, we have a number of measures. I am not going into that because our idea is how to put railways on fast. How the government of India or government of the states should be enabler and not just the participants of the sector that we are talking. One good example is the power sector. I was also Mr. Krishnamurthy when he was in the government, and one of the most distinguished bureaucrats we have produced in India. He will tell you, and of course you are the Chief Election Commissioner, so he is responsible for me with the Parliament, because he was a regulator. Power sector is a good example. In pre-1948, power sector is to be in the private hand. Generation, transmission, distribution, there are so many companies which are doing this. Even railways, incidentally, was also in private sector. In 1948, we privatized, we nationalized the business. And we created integrated entities, vertically. Generation, transmission, distribution will be handled by one company, and it will be called as state election boards. After some time we realized that is my own company. I can use it for whatever purpose I want. So we said, we'll start giving free power. I used to always tell people that you must give free power, there is no problem.